I see Bitcoin in the next coming days making its way to between the 48K region and the 52K region. Okay. Remember, if this is a wave 2 correction, we have one, two, one, two, three waves. That is sufficient for a wave 2 correction. Remember what happens after you go into wave 3. Remember what we experienced this here? This is going to be worse, right? Wave 3 is typically the most impulsive, the longest, not always, but typically the most impulsive of the Elliott waves. So the idea is you want to be very, very careful, and you want to be very, very attentive to this next move. Take profits up here, de-risk, sell off. That's my advice. That's what I'm doing. All of my assets, my trades, my spot buys, everything is going to be sold off, because once we get here and pivot, we're going back down. That is my analysis. And so this is why I'm long Bitcoin up until this area right here. I'm going to track this very carefully, but I'm expecting us to at least test the 618, because so many people, not everybody, but so many people think that we are legitimately going back to all-time highs. So I think the buy pressure is going to be strong, and we will test the 618. We may wick to 52K before pivoting and going back. Hello everyone, my name's Dean. Let's talk crypto. This is where you subscribe for daily Bitcoin updates and technical analysis. We track the price of Bitcoin as a proxy for the cryptocurrency markets at large. Today is February 28th, 2022, and Bitcoin is looking like it's getting ready to go back up. Okay, I'm on the hourly time frame, and here is why I'm still longing Bitcoin. Yes, I did get caught unawares by this big move. I wasn't anticipating this large downtrend yet. Reason being, if you followed my analysis from the past couple of days, I was not expecting this to be a standalone B wave, okay? And it turned out to be a standalone B wave, right? And it actually fulfilled everything that I was looking for. So this goes back to something I said before. Sometimes it's cool to know what, right? You can have an analysis and know what, but don't be so dead set on how it happens. Okay, I'll give my analysis and I'll give my best idea as to how it happens. But for you all, I guess the best way to make use of this kind of analysis is keep in mind the how. That's the most important thing. And the what is my pure interpretation. The how is obviously interpretive as well, but use your own creativity, use your own understanding to arrive at the how, because everybody's going to have a bit of a different path, right? So like I said, I saw this as an A wave, right? 3-wave initial break of structure. I saw this as one move of a B wave. So I was expecting more upside. So I did get caught in this move to the downside, right? Caught meaning I was in a long while we were going down. So I had to manage to keep in and, decide whether to stay in or out, when to cut losses and stuff. So, basically I was playing defense. I was risk managing on this move down. But this B wave fulfilled my what, okay? If you all remember my previous analysis, I said this A wave, given that it's 3 waves, right? It needs a retracement of at least 786. It needs 3 waves, okay? Every corrective wave needs 3 waves. 1, 2. If it's a flat correction, it needs a retracement of at least 786 to be a not legal, but to be a sufficient B wave retracement of a flat correction. And if we pull the retracement tool from the top of this A wave to the bottom, and let's zoom in here, we see that we literally just touched the 786, right, with this B wave, which did give us 3 waves. I think we can see it more carefully or more closely in BNB. And I'm gonna flash the BNB really quickly, but there's wave 1, 2, and 3. The impulses like that. It's tricky to read, but that's part of charting, right? And using Elliott wave theory, you have to look very carefully, and sometimes it's not so obvious. All right, let's go on BNB, another asset, same time frame, and here you can see more cleanly what I'm talking about. You'll see these 3 waves. You'll see an A, B, and a C, right? These are the 3 waves we were looking for, right? And in BNB, you still see a 3-wave structure here with your A wave. Here's your B wave, 3-wave structure. That's completing your B wave. And so what happens after? You get an impulsive C wave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves to the downside. Okay. And so that all completes your wave 2 correction. All right. And remember, let's zoom out. Let's go back to Bitcoin and zoom out, and remember that we were in a wave 2 correction, because if you look, you'll see we had 5 waves up from this reversal, right? This short squeeze reversal that we had. We got a quick 5 waves up, and these were our our A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 C wave, right? And if you pull out the Fibonacci retracement tool from these 5 waves, you'll see that we hit our target of anywhere between the 382 to the 618, okay? So you take the Fibonacci retracement tool, you'll see that Bitcoin retraced to about the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement. So that is a sufficient wave 2 retracement. We have 3 waves, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing on the charts, and this is why I'm long Bitcoin. I feel that our wave 2 correction is complete. And furthermore, if we go into smaller time frames and analyze what's happened since this wave 2 is purportedly complete with these 5 waves down, right? After 5 waves, you get 3 waves, right? That's the theory. That's the understanding, right? So I'm seeing an A wave right here, initial break of structure, right? A wave B. Actually, this A wave I'm seeing as, and this is a little tricky again, sometimes you need to go in the smaller time frames to see more carefully what's going on. That A wave I'm seeing as a leading diagonal. So I'm not seeing it as 3 waves, I'm seeing it as 5 waves, and that's important, and you'll see why in a moment. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm seeing a 5, 3, 5, 3, 5 in a diagonal, right? And that's important because what comes next are 3 waves that only retrace to between the 0.5 and 618. So here's my wave A, here's my wave B, here's my impulse. Again, a leading diagonal, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5. That's what I'm seeing on the charts, right? And this is my wave C. This is my first wave of my 3rd wave. And this is why I'm long. Okay, if you're getting value from this analysis, right or wrong, but sound technical analysis using the precepts of Elliott wave theory, applying them in my own interpretation, like I said, right or wrong, sometimes, I get off a little bit. I'm off a little bit rather, but still, the analysis is there for you to interpret. Then like the video, share the video with others who may also appreciate sound technical analysis, and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. We'd love to have you. And let's get on with the analysis. So that's why I think that we've reversed into our 3rd wave, the next wave of our Elliott wave impulse to the upside. And remember that Oh, sorry. We wanted to pull the Fibonacci retracement tool. I wanted to show you how this is a zigzag. What's a zigzag? A zigzag is a 5-3-5 structure. We basically have, like I said, what I'm seeing here is a leading diagonal, right? 5 waves, 3 waves, 5 waves, 3 waves, 5 waves, okay? And then we have our correction that you see comes, our B wave right here, comes to between the 0.5 and the 618. That is a 5, 3, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5. That is a 5, 3, 5. That's a zigzag, okay? And now from this wave 1 right here, you get a complex 2-wave correction, something like it may be complex, it may be not. Let's see. A, right? We're looking for 3 waves in B. Let's see. Something like this, right? Perhaps it's complex. It may be complex. And then now we're finally getting our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 waves down. Now we're reversing course. We have to at least, well, let's see. Let's pull the Fibonacci retracement. If you're appreciating this live technical analysis that I haven't done it, sort of prepared it, prior to recording. I'm just doing this live with you. I'm basically doing exactly what I would do if I wasn't recording it, just doing my morning preparation, trying to get my bearings, seeing what's on the chart. Then like the video if you haven't yet, and subscribe if you appreciate this kind of analysis. Obviously share the video as well. Looks like this is at the 618. Okay, so this trade idea that this is a wave 1 and this is a wave 2, this is invalidated right here, okay? That's always important. If I'm trading this and I'm long, right, which I am, I know that I need to pay attention to the 618 because a wave 2 or a wave 1 cannot retrace beyond the 618 of, or wave 2 cannot retrace beyond the 618 of wave 1. And like I always say on this channel, I will allow wicking to about the 0.5 Fibonacci level of any band, okay? Because the 0.5 Fibonacci is kind of like the limit, right, to which you can wick, beyond which you lose the level. So if we would wick beyond the 0.5, then we would basically be in a flat correction. Then this kind of falls. This trade idea, this breaks down, and the idea that I have to long may still be correct, but the how is incorrect, okay? And then you have to, personally, I'm very careful. I want to pull out. I'll take the small loss. If you don't know how to take a small loss, you take big losses, right? It's all risk management. And that's one of the hardest lessons I've learned as a trader, taking losses. I hate to lose, which is good. But if you don't take small losses, you take big losses. And most beginning traders take big losses because they don't know to throw in the towel, to fold. As Kenny Rogers say, you got to know when to fold them, and that's when you fold. I retreat, reanalyze. Maybe I was still wrong, correct to go long, but I have to prove it to myself. I have to see something according to my trade ideas that makes sense to get back in the trade, or else I'm out and I observe and I let more candles print to make my next decision. So if you appreciate those kinds of trading insights, from my personal journey, like the video, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. All right, so that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a wave 1, wave 2, wave 3. All right, now, even though that is my how I'm seeing it, and that's the what, I want to really emphasize at this point in time the larger analysis, right? And we're going to go on the daily for this. And this is something I want to do repeatedly now until we get there, because this is, if anything's going to help you in watching these videos, it's this. Like I said, a lot of people are under the impression that we are targeting the you know, all-time highs or some, large Bitcoin number. It's going to be a new bull run. And according to my larger analysis, which I'm not going to give here, okay, we are currently in a two-wave correction of a larger downtrend, okay? For me, on this is the daily. This isn't a wave A, this is three waves. This is a B wave, right? Standalone, you got three waves, minimum retracements at 786, given that this is a flat correction. And I have 5 waves to the downside, okay? This is a 5-wave structure down, right? And this is my A wave. This is my B wave. All I need is a wave C, an impulse. That's basically why I'm long. If I had to guess for any move, right, it's most prudent for me to be long, because what I'm seeing on the charts is we are now in the C wave of a flat correction, okay? So again, A wave, B wave, you got 3 waves, minimum retracements at 786, given that it's a flat correction. And then I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? Now, where do I see those 5 waves going? According to Elliott wave theory, once again, you cannot have a wave 2 retracement beyond the 7, 8, or beyond the 618. So I'm going on the larger time frame, and I'm going to pull my Fibonacci retracement tool on the log scale, because I'm pulling data all the way from 68K down to 33K. So I need the log scale for accurate representation, or else these targets are going to be off. And I see that the 618 is approximately at the 52K region. I see Bitcoin in the next coming days making its way to between the 48K region and the 52K region. Okay? Remember, if this is a wave 2 correction, we have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 waves. That is sufficient for a wave 2 correction. Remember what happens after you go into wave 3. Remember what we experienced this here? This is going to be worse, right? Wave 3 is typically the most impulsive, the longest, not always, but typically the most impulsive of the Elliott waves. So the idea is you want to be very, very careful, and you want to be very, very attentive to this next move. Take profits up here, de-risk, sell off. That's my advice. That's what I'm doing. All of my assets, my trades, my spot buys, everything is going to be sold off, because once we get here and pivot, we're going back down. That is my analysis. And so this is why I'm long Bitcoin up until this area right here. I'm going to track this very carefully, but I'm expecting us to at least test the 618, because so many people, not everybody, but so many people think that we are legitimately going back to all-time highs. So I think the buy pressure is going to be strong, and we will test the 618. We may wick 252K before pivoting and going back down. So that's what I'm seeing on Bitcoin. This is why I'm long, because we're in a 5-wave impulse to the upside. And I'm going to be taking profits, maybe scalping short here and there. But generally speaking, I'm just going to long it, especially now since we are, according to my analysis, going into wave 3 of this 5-wave impulse, right? I'm just going to ride it and maybe take profit on the way up, maybe just wait until we get to wave 4 to take some profit. So that's what I'm doing. That's my analysis. Hope this was helpful. Hope this was useful. Like, share, and subscribe, as I said before. And trade safely. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.